Hello! Now, a lot of things that my friends, my family, and everyone else has been asking me is what exactly am I doing at the moment? Because I was supposed to return to Monash this semester to go back to arts and law, but I didn't. And I'm still in Shanghai. And I said I was going to quit Shanghai Theatre Academy, but I didn't. But I changed course. So I thought I'd just make a video trying to explain everything to you guys because I've been getting a lot of questions in person, on my messages, and through Tumblr and everything as well. So hopefully this sort of clears out any queries you've got. Now with uni, I am still at Shanghai Theatre Academy. I transferred courses. I used to be doing like Beijing opera, like that stuff with musical, which was like a double course I think. And now I'm just doing plain Broadway musical, so whew, so much better. But that course is only offered every 2 years, so I'm a first year again. I'm a first year for the third time. I've been to 3 unis in the past 2 years. To be honest, I just don't think uni's for me. I mean, like, they're showing a clear, like, pattern right there. It's a sign. But this summer, I was meant to go back to Melbourne to spend it with my friends and family, but I only went back for 1 week, but that is because I got an internship. Now, the internship is basically the reason why I decided to stay in Shanghai as well. The reason why I wanted to go was because I felt like it just wasn't the city for me at all, and I wasn't really getting like any more opportunities here than I would have in Australia, so why not be happier and go to a place where I'm more comfortable. But this internship turned around, so the internship. Now, my internship was at the radio. So Shanghai has this big media group where all the TV stations and all the radio stations in Shanghai are under SMG, Shanghai Media Group, duh. So yeah, and my radio station was there as well. So one of my 台词老师, like my Chinese speaking teacher, he was like, oh, I have a friend at the station at one of the Shanghai's top stations, and they're sort of looking for people who can speak English and Chinese. I've auditioned a few of my students, but their English weren't good enough. You can go try for it. So I went to the station and brought along some other people from my class who were like alright at English too, and we did an interview. Now the interview was like they gave you a list of songs, and you had to sort of make them into like a mini show, so just 5 songs. It could have been like Wonderwall, Oasis, or like One Direction, and you sort of just have to find like words in between to sort of link them together. So as a blabbermouth like me and people who listen to radio all the time, it was okay. And they sort of just wanted to listen to what your voice sounded like on radio and just ask you like all these questions and get you to talk about yourself. And you just keep on talking until they tell you to stop. Because if you're on like live radio, live TV, and you're presenting, you can't have nothing to say. Which is pretty good because I don't know if you realize, but I really like talking and I can just talk on and on and on and on and on and on. So yes, now I passed that interview and then we went to internship. And internship, we had a lot of people from other provinces as well. The first month of internship was just basically like sitting on my butt the whole day. It was sort of like a lot of mini lectures. Now I was kind of excited to like be fetching coffee and like getting photocopying and doing envelopes and stuff, but it was kind of like an immersive program. Like they told us what goes on behind the scenes at the radio, and boy, is there a lot of stuff. Like, I always thought radio would have been really fun and carefree. There's like all these lessons on what you can't say on radio, what you can't say in China, and like how to interview celebrities, how to sort of control your speech and how to talk on radio, how to use your sound, and how to cooperate with co-hosts. So it was pretty interesting, but it was a lot of sitting down. And then the second month kicked in, and we had to start doing our own like mock radio presentations. That was so intense because I've never learned presenting before, and everyone else in the internship all came from 播音主持专业, which is like the TV hosting presenting course at a lot of the unis which they offer here. So they're like, what uni do you go to and what do you study? I'm like, I do musical. And they're like, oh. So I kind of had to learn how to talk properly, but apparently I'm okay at it. It seems like the one thing that I'm naturally okay at, so woohoo. And so we had to make a lot of mock radio shows. They would have just been like, oh, you're doing a midnight show, choose 10 songs, 10 of the latest hit songs, and then just sort of talk about the music, and you can talk a bit about yourself and Shanghai lifestyle, and yeah, and just make like a 20-minute show or something. And then we had to make a breakfast show with one of like the people who we worked with. And then, really exciting news, the boss approached me and said that she'd love to have me as breakfast or afternoon show. And then we also had some like overseas teachers, I guess we'd call them. They're actually from Australia, my hometown. And they actually helped produce like the Carl and Jackie, not Carl and Jackie, what's it called? Matt and Joe show on Vox FM. So I was so excited to meet them, and it was really lovely. And they worked with me to sort of develop the breakfast show. and then the uni started kicking around, and then a lot of the people had to go back to uni. But I'm part of the breakfast team now with 3 other people from their internship. There's me, Bebe, Rocky, and Bingo, and we are the team of 4 for Morning Beat because they opened up a new station. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they opened up a new station. This is getting really confusing, but I'm going to try my best. So Shanghai has 2 big music stations. One is 103.7 Love Radio, which is more for the older sort of audience. It plays a lot of Chinese songs. And then the other one is 101.7, which is basically like your Fox FM. So 103 I would say is more like your 89.9 Light FM or 101.1 Mix FM. So I hope you get that. And then they sort of had teachers, like hosts from both stations to come over and sort of teach us and combine and make this new station. So this new station is KFM 98.1. It's like, it's all Western music. It's all top 40 radio hits, my favorite. And they wanted us to speak some English and Chinese. It's Shanghai's first all Western music radio station. And it's sort of one of the first ones in China as well to have a lot of English. And they also wanted us to speak a bit of Shanghainese. So that's why they chose me, because I can speak English, Mandarin, poorly, and Shanghainese okay-ish. So yeah. Another thing that I did over the summer holidays here, as some of you may know, is a competition called Host Off on ICS. Now ICS is Shanghai's Western, like English channel. Just basically shows a lot of English shows about Shanghai lifestyle. Sometimes they have like Ramsay's Kitchen, which is really fun to watch. So yeah, they buy a lot of Western shows as well. And they did a competition, basically like an Australian Idol, but for hosting, and it was called Host Off. And they're like really cool people who went. When I went to audition, my teacher suggested this as well. My gosh, can I even talk anymore? The same teacher that suggested the radio thing, he's like, you should try this out since you're so good at English. And then I met all these sort of native people from Shanghai and China that had to go to America or England for overseas study, and they came back and the English was really good. And then all these people from overseas, we had people from India, America, Norway, like Germany, just basically all around the globe. So it was really cool auditioning. And then that was the preliminary round, and then made it through to the next round. Then we had to get training, and the next round was recorded, and it's recorded as the first episode of the show, which is what everyone saw on TV. So yeah, I did that, and then all 3 people hit the markers, like it's like the X Factor where you hit like ding, ding, ding. Then all 3 people hit it, and so I was meant to go through to the next round. But that's also when my radio station launched, the radio station I'm working at, KFM. So I had to choose between one of them. And both sides knew each other because they're all under SMG, the media corporation, and both the bosses knew each other as well. But then my boss just said that you can do whatever you want, it's up to you, it's definitely ultimately your decision, we'll support you either way. But because the radio station had already offered me like an actual job and there was certainty and promise there, whereas the competition, it's like an unknown sort of what it would happen in the end, whether I would win, whether I would even make it into the 3rd round. So I felt like it was a smart choice to go with the radio station. So yeah, I quit that and went with the radio station. Another question I get a lot is, do you even go to uni anymore? And yes, I do. So let me tell you about my timetable. So 6:30 I get to the station, 6:30 a.m. Yes, it's super early. I wake up at 5:30 from Monday to Friday. And like, oh my gosh, I used to think waking up at 7:30 for high school was hard. But damn, this is intense. I wake up before the sun. Like, it's just, ugh. You can kind of get used to it, not really. I just feel like a zombie the whole time. I feel like I should be the new member of The Walking Dead in like season 8 or whatever. But anyway, so 6:30, I get to the station. 7 to 10 a.m. is the live show. And then I stay at the radio station till about 12:30 because I work on the next day's script and stuff. And then I head to uni, and then I have uni from 1:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah, it's really intense. So basically from 9 p.m. until 5:30 a.m., which I have to wake up, there's only 8.5 hours left in the day in which I have to shower and sleep in. So hence, I feel like I'm shriveling. But, you know, keep busy while you're young and while you still have time to do it, because I need to have both things. I can't quit uni. Firstly, because my parents won't let me. Secondly, just in case the radio doesn't work out, I need a backup plan. Now, another thing that the radio has also offered me, they've just been so lovely to me. Like, my boss is actually so nice. Oh, I should tell you a story. So I got really sick one day and I couldn't go on live broadcast. And I went to work and I was like on the couch in the rec room. It was like, and I was like fever and like bars and runny nose and just disgusting. And my boss actually brought me like freshly squeezed orange juice and like congee and took me to the doctors. She's just so sweet. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yes. So the radio has offered me a TV opportunity as well. I actually just came back from shooting today. So exciting news. I haven't told many people, like hardly anybody yet. But I did a pilot test shoot for this new music video show for teenagers. Kind of like a video hits for a younger audience, or like The Loop on Channel 11. So kind of like that. And I chose another famous Chinese host from 101.7, the other radio station, which is really cool because a lot of people know him. And I was like, hi, even though I don't really know him. But so we co-host this music show, and it's just got like K-pop, J-pop, and just American music and some Chinese music as well. And we did the pilot test shoot for that. And I thought it went horribly because they gave me the script the night before and it was all in Chinese and it was really hard Chinese and I couldn't memorize it, and the whole day I was like, oh. But that test shoot passed, and now the TV show is launching in December China-wide, and today I just did the first shoot for the first 5 episodes, so hence my makeup, my Asian makeup that the makeup artist did for me. So that is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm working the radio in the morning, going to uni at night, and weekend I have uni as well because my teacher loves us so much. He wants to see us on that Saturday, sometimes Sunday as well, and usually I go to the radio on Saturday and Sunday as well. So yeah, I don't really have any free time. But you know what, that's okay because I'm getting one step closer to where I really, really want to be. So I thought I'd just give you guys an update, and because I'm really lazy and I can't be bothered texting and like answering all the questions and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video, I guess. I certainly had fun chatting with you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah.